Today, we've got to talk about Stellar. Because honestly, there have been so many crazy things that have happened to this project, especially this week, that is being swept under the rug. Almost nobody is talking about Stellar XLM right now, even though they're breaking records. And they've literally got one of the best or coolest features, coolest upgrades, whatever you want to call it, happen to them this week. So I thought it'd be time to give you all an update on what exactly is going on with one of the currently still biggest cryptocurrencies in the world, right now sitting at number 22, roughly $3.2 billion worth of market cap. And like I just said, almost all news articles that I could find are about the exact same thing. Stellar readies for its biggest protocol upgrade. Here are the details. Well, it's already happened, but let's give you all the rundown. Stellar to receive its biggest and most complex protocol upgrade to date, introducing smart contract support. Blockchain-based payment network Stellar XLM readies for its biggest, most complex protocol upgrade yet, Protocol 20 upgrade, which will introduce support for Soroban smart contracts. In an exciting new upcoming development, Soroban smart contract support will be added to Stellar XLM's testnet on September 20th, so it's already happened. Soroban makes this known in an X post, adding that the Soroban FutureNet will remain live and unaffected for the time being. And again, the official post from Stellar looked like this. Prepare for Stellar's Protocol 20 upgrade is the biggest one yet, introducing smart contracts, things you need to know. Well, honestly, if you're not a developer, you don't really need to know too much of the details in that regard. And as you might be able to see at the bottom right here, Stellar has actually been in the limelight a lot more over the last week or so. Stellar garnered attention in the past week after they unveiled their much-awaited teaser after like some 10-day waiting period, which was a fancy commercial with British actor 𝗕𝗓𝗪. A new look for Stellar was also undertaken with a website rebrand. And so they basically had a 10-day actually countdown, and then Danielle Dixon from Stellar came up with a little announcement or quote with a stellar.org/real-world with, a beautiful new website and a nice little trailer. But I don't think that was smart from Stellar perspective. I mean, don't hype people up this much when all you're doing is like a cool little trailer/interview. I do appreciate the rebrand and how fancy and nice everything looks, but you shouldn't hype people up when all you're going to do is rebrand a bit. On the opposite side, I do understand it from their side too. I mean, how do you get all the attention without going a little bit off the edge? Because it's bear market times. People's attention spans is minimal. Anyway, a lot of people have also been sending me this. Stellar's secret to success, $300 million plus fund and Soroban smart contracts. Well, specifically the first part. The latest report confirms that the collaboration between Stellar Lumen and Franklin Templeton brings more real-world assets to the platform, much higher than any other network. So specifically, 𝗓𝗂𝗓 said, Stellar quietly has more real-world assets on their platform than any other network thanks to the $300 million tokenized money market fund in partnership with Franklin Templeton, like we just said. And with its Soroban initiative, smart contracts are coming to Stellar as well. And this is just a very interesting time for them. And you might be looking at this article and thinking, Dusty, why are you sharing this? What are you talking about? Top 3 crypto gainers as Ripple wins the SEC lawsuit. This article comes from a couple months ago, but I want to remind everybody that I personally believe that currently as it stands, XLM is pretty undervalued. Like I've already said in many of my previous videos, going over all these different coins that I like a lot. Stellar is one of those coins where it's basically got all the parts it needs for a massive surge. I mean, if you really take a good look, XLM and XRP are extremely similar. We all know that. XLM at the end of the day was more so meant on the peer-to-peer side, more so for these simple payments from person to person and making them as easy as moving information is. Ripple/XRP was mostly a layer upwards, mostly on the institutional side, moving money around the world, making it as easy as information, but then business to business, or basically institution to institution, etc., etc. I kind of see that as the main difference in vision. But honestly, Ripple has expanded into a lot of different verticals. XRP and the XP Ledger now have multiple different verticals, and so has Stellar/XLM/everybody involved. Because at the end of the day, things change from their original mission. I mean, it's just the logic of things. But the core point still stands. XRP has got clarity that XLM does not in the US. Yet I do still believe that Stellar should deserve that similar sort of Legitimacy. I mean, if we take a serious look, there is no way that if Stellar gets into a lawsuit with the SEC that they lose. Yet when we take a look on the scoreboard, Stellar is not up 1 or anything like that on the SEC. No, they're exactly at 0, completely flat. I mean, I don't think the SEC is going to sue them, but if they did, or if through some strange way, shape, or form, Stellar can basically request some sort of definition, I do believe that they'd be classified the exact same way as XRP. And that could mean some very good times for both XRP and XLM, as XLM was also one of the best performers the moment that XRP did go on its surge. And I believe that would also happen vice versa, that the moment that XLM does get the clarity, XRP is also going to be in for a nice little surprise. I must also say that even though this was a very big update for Stellar, the price really didn't do too much. And this is something I've also described in multiple of my videos. In a bear market, a lot of these companies, they don't spend as much money on marketing. They don't try to market as hard because they know. Let's say they hype things up, which is why I think Stellar made a big mistake. But the price does not move a lot after you've hyped things up, you've gotten a crazy announcement out. People get very disappointed, and very often the price ends up lower than where it got to because of your hype. People like to buy the rumor, sell the news, but if this rumor didn't even cause the price to go up, or did a little bit, but then the news didn't move anything at all, well, then things are just going to come back crumbling back down, you know? It depends on whether or not the announcement was public or if it was a teaser, because if it's a teaser, you can't really buy the rumor, sell the news too much. Right? But then if people do and it's a bummer, then it's just not good. And especially in a bear market, people are looking for these quick gains still, even though they're very, very hard to find. And so if you're hyping things up and the price doesn't move, yeah, people get very, very disappointed. Anyway, over the longer term though, this does not really change too much for Stellar. And I keep saying the same thing. I am extremely excited. I am still holding, and I do believe their journey is going to be pretty significant. Pretty magnificent, I should even say. And to me, it's sometimes interesting to see how their core mission is going to change over time. I mean, it's already been out there for, at this point, almost nearly a decade after they spinned off from XRP. Again, the platform is designed to move financial resources swiftly and reliably at minimal cost. Stellar links people, banks, and payment processors, and allows users to create, send, and trade multiple types of crypto. It's trying to become the base of sorts, not bases in Coinbase base, but the base layer of many things. And I mean, the real world assets that are backing it now are speaking for itself, that they're doing a pretty good job. And also when you take a look at USDC and all these other stablecoins that are launching on Stellar, it seems they are fulfilling their promise pretty nicely. And a lot of people often like to question me, Dusty, what do you think the price is going to do? And the simple answer is, if you care too much about where the price is going, you're not buying it for the right reason. I personally think, hey, any coin I buy, I need to get at least 20x out of it for it to be worth it. But where it eventually is going to end up, I don't fully know. So Stellar right now being at 10, 11 cents, something like that, I personally think if it doesn't hit like $2, I personally think $4 is even reasonable in the next bull run. If I was pretty much a failure, but I do believe it can get there, which is why I'm buying it. If I don't think that can happen, I'm not buying any of these altcoins, because otherwise where's the fun? Otherwise where's the ROI? Again, they've been extremely quiet for way too long, only moving together with XRP whenever crazy things happen, but I do believe a crazy surge for XLM is due at some point, either because of all the crazy announcements that have happened over time, or potentially because of some SEC lawsuit type of FOMO or behavior, or of course just when the bull market comes back, people start appreciating things again. But that's just a quick little update on Stellar and what's going on. Still extremely bullish, still extremely excited. That's about it. Make sure you press that like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know down below if you still hold Stellar or if you're thinking about buying or selling it right now. Let me know down below.